Hello everyone, this is Shelby with Shelby Creations. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den. A lot of you have seen me pull this out. This is, like, I've got my pull me box up here with the different makes and papers and stuff that I'm constantly pulling for from journals. I have a similar container that has lace. This is how you can see it's pretty well organized, but excuse me, when I open it, and it's getting very difficult to open unless I actually, force it down. And it's time to straighten it up and sort of pick through and put things where they go. Now, I've got the narrow 3-drawer plastic drawers things from Walmart, and I've got 2 of them stacked one on top of each other. And that holds all my lace and my fabrics that I use with junk journals. So, and what I do is I will go through that when I've worked through this, and I will pull out, I'll cut off a piece of this lace, a piece of that lace. And, well, here's a good example. Let's get down here, move some of these out the way. Like this one here. I use this a lot, and as you can see, I've got quite a little stash in here on this one, because I think I bought like this huge roll of it. This one here I got from the Dollar Tree. It's just, see, I put on that one. It's just a little lacy purple. I've got some ribbon from Christmas in here. I've got a piece of eyelet, just that much, because I think that's all I had left of that one. I'm trying to go through all my eyelet. This one here was a section, but what I'll do is I'll cut off maybe a yard and a half, roll it up, and then stick it in here. Or if I don't have that much, then I'll just take what I've got, roll it up, stick it in here. Now, I could go through and put all these on some type of bobbin. I even have a little blue heart crocheted. But, it's like, they're going to get messed up anyway. Up in here, I've got some, all right, now see, there's a good example. I'm going to set that one aside. I've got these little squares. I know I need to use them. They've been in my stash like forever. There's another little piece of eyelet. I like that it's flat. Pull this over. And I sort of scrunch those up in there. See, there was... Oh, that doesn't even go in there. Now, if I buy... When I go to the charity shops, this kind of trim on a shirt, on a nightgown, on a slip, whatever, I will pick that up. I love using this. And I will cut it up, and most of the time it goes in my bigger bins. But I've been pulling from this for so long that it's time to go through and straighten it up. See, that I would use on the bottom of a tag. This actually came from a shirt. Not quite sure. I think I got this from Amy at Al John. Yeah, and wherever I go, I'll pick up bits and pieces of lace. But little short pieces, especially like this, I'll use as snippets across, on decorating a page, a tag. But all I do is I go through, and I thought that was some beautiful ribbon. Roll it up and just stick it in here. I've got some of this, which I love. But after a while, now these here, I'll cut these individually into appliques. There's not much of that. I can lay that flat. This is the thicker trim. So this stuff is always great to use. I try to keep this on hand There goes a piece of the heart shape. Now with something like this, you can cut the hearts out individually, use that as an applique. You can put a few of them across the bottom of a tag, down the side of a page. All right, see there's another little piece. This I love because I'll cut these apart. I may do this one here and just little applique type things. And I've got this that was a ribbon from somewhere, but I use it. I probably should stick it in with Christmas, but I use it all year round, so that goes in here. This was from a shirt, so I moved that one down there. That's a bigger piece. All right, I got a pretty nice little size of this. That'll stay in there. I love this ribbon. That's actually came from a Christmas thing. Anything about this size, I'll put back in here. There's a blue like the green. Roll that up. This is, see, now there's a little piece of that. That can go over there. There's another little piece of that. I'll put that one in there. This is the weirdest stuff, and it's stretchy, but it's great for the bottom of tags, little incentive, you know, little something something on the end. This here is just a piece of silk that I cut off from a shirt, but I can come back in here and cut pieces off as I need it, and I try to keep at least one piece of material in here, whether it be the silk or the bed sheet. See, there's another piece there. Some of these I've ordered online. Some I have picked up at Walmart. Some have been gifted to me. All right, now this is, I don't care using the eyelet when it's like this. So I will sit here and pick that end off. But I don't throw that end away. See, in fact, I'm going to set this aside to do that with. This is what it looks like when it comes off. And it's super soft. And you can take that in and use it for, you know, on a tag. These are great. This is, looks like it's got little pom-poms, but they're not, yeah, they're flat. There's another little piece of that. Another piece of that. That can go over a card. Now here goes another little teeny piece. That can go over there. Now I just sort through what I think I'll use on this, what I'll use there. Now I've got a piece, a bigger piece of this in here. But I never know what I've got until I actually go through here. And, you know, it takes a few minutes of time. There's another little piece. That's from a shirt. Oh, this is, I love this stuff. That is gorgeous. But you collect, you know, just collect it as you go along. And yard sales. Charity shops. A friend of mine, Deanna, went to, I think she went by one, a flea market or something. Anyway, she got this humongous bag of lace and trims for $15. And she must have over $100 worth in there. See, here's another one that's gathered. I really don't like the gather, so I will end up taking that out. But not today. There's a little piece of seam binding. That can go in there. That can come out. Now see, here's the, that was an old pillowcase that we simply went and stamped on. And then I'll use different pieces. There's another piece of that. There's another little, now see, this was from that one piece of material. It's got the lace there. This, I think, was where it cut off. Yeah, this is where I cut off. But that is gorgeous. Goes over there. This, I'm not quite sure where I got it, but it is so much fun to use. And that's all I've got left of that one. Another pieces of shirts that I had cut the lace off. And then I've got this big piece here, which was on a shirt, because you can tell. But, you know, you use them. But there are different places, like I was saying, that you can find your lace and stuff. Walmart, their sewing part, or in craft section, they've got some really nice ones. Joann's, when they go on sale, you can find them all over the place. Look in the sewing sections, not the craft sections. Craft lace is basically the same thing as sewing lace, only it costs a fortune, at least in my opinion. So this is this part done. I'm going to keep that piece in there. Then I have this. Now, I can close it up without much bother. And this goes right in my desk drawer, right down here. So that takes care of that. So what do I do with these little pieces? This one here, I want to hang on to it because I want to use it as an applique. So we'll set that right up there. Now, most of you have seen, excuse me, where I keep, I've got some empty ones here, cards, that I put my dyed seam binding on. It'll soon be time to fill those up. But, you know, this is what I use for tags. See, there's a piece that was on, where was that from? It's just a little piece of cording. I've got some leather in here. I've got the jute cording. See, there's another piece of that, along with seam binding, all different colors. I've got some regular white cord, almost like baker's twine string, but it frays off the ends really nice, so it's great for using for tag ends. So these two little pieces, they're going in here. That's a piece of silk. There's the end of the lace that I took off. And I will just fold those all over, cram them in there, and that's taking care of that. Now we're left with these. These I can use on just a piece of a page if I want to. I can make snippets with them. Yeah, when you just need a little something, that's where these come in. So don't throw away your little pieces of lace that are left over. Even seam binding. Even something that small. I hang on to it. Now I'm going to put this with it. Oh, forgot that part. That one there. Put that in there with it. Now, where these go is they go in my bag. And this is what I call my snippet bag. Because inside are like little bits and pieces. Here and there. There's one like that. There's another little piece there. I think that was part of a doily that got cut up. I've got a piece of pink material that I can, a little piece of satin, some ribbon, all different little things in here. And most of them are little pieces. Great for snippets. And this is what I call my snippet bag. So all of these go in here. And then when my bag gets full, I make snippets. So I still have quite a bit of room in my bag, so I don't need to do it yet. Of course, I still have a ton of snippets left. So that's where those go. If I can use, if there's something in here that I come across that I can use as an applique, that's totally different. That goes in someplace totally different. This is all the appliques I have. Well, those are doilies. That's one I cut off for an applique. That was one that I bought somewhere. I've got little doilies that can be used as appliques. I keep this in here because this was gifted to me and I am in love with it. So I've got flowers in here. I've got another piece that can be used as a large applique. See, I can come in here and trim this off and use this. There's one that was trimmed off to use as an applique. The flowers. I have these little things. And as I get down, these are all what I use as appliques. Well, that's supposed to go in there. See, there's, and this is how I organize my things. See, there was a whole one of those. But I do that so that I know where things are. And this is, like I said, this is the way I use them. Put that back right quick, because if I don't, everything will fall out or get misplaced. All right, put this back in here. And there. And then I have to get as much out as possible because it's got, goes in the top of my 3-drawer lace storage. And it has to be compressed or else it doesn't fit. But this is the way that I deal with laces, some of the places where I get it. I mean, I'll go to charity shops, thrift stores, Goodwill, Salvation Army, and look for dresses or tops that have lace on them that I may want to use, and buy them and bring them home and cut them up. If I'm looking for silk, because sari silk is expensive and it can get really pricey, whereas I can find a man's silk shirt in one of the charity shops for $2 or $3, bring it home, and I can cut it up into strips. And then I've got a ton of strips like this. I know this one isn't very, I think this was from the end, and I just cut it willy-nilly. And then what I'll do at that point, pull out my box here, is I'll take it and roll it up. And there you go. You can dampen it and then roll it. Thought I had another one in here. Yep. Roll it up. It will wrinkle on its own. But there we go. And this was actually the first silk shirt I bought, so you can tell my cutting wasn't too good. Still isn't, but it's gotten a bit straighter. This was the last one I bought. And all I did was when I cut the strips, and I did cut them a little bit wider. I learned my lesson the first time. And then I dampened it. And see, there's where one of the seams were. And then just wrap it up by itself and let it dry. And then you get the creases and the wrinkles. That's normal for sari silk. But that's some of the ways that I get the things that I use. Hopefully it'll help you. I know there are some that they're like, well, lace is so expensive. Well, it can be, but then it can also, be inexpensive, because the lace you're going to get off of a shirt, let's say if you buy, I know now it's getting towards the end of summer, let's say you buy a tank top that's got a whole overlay of lace on it. That is a lot of lace. for a couple of dollars. So hopefully this will help. One more way to increase your lace stash. If you know others that don't have a whole lot, maybe share between the 2 or 3 of you, or however many. And yeah, that helps too. It also helps keep us within our budget. So if this has helped you today, if you've enjoyed what I've shared with you today, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to click on that bell notification, because I think what I'm going to get working on next, because I have been working on some things, as you've seen, but I do have a little pile of scraps here. And this is the desk journal that we made with the hidden spine. And all I started doing was just gluing things in as I use, as I come across them. But I've got quite a bit there that I need to get in here. So maybe we'll work on this next time. And then I do have the altered book that I finally found a book for. I did get the pages torn out of there that I needed out. So we'll start on that also. But I think this will be up on our next little project. We'll be just starting on this because it's going to take a long time to fill up. We're not going to work on it all the time, just when we get a load of scraps that we need to get taken care of. That way we don't have all these building up. So click that bell icon and see what else we've got in the future. Some beautiful crafting things coming your way. So until then, bye guys.